Hey guys, it's me again, and because I've gotten a ridiculous amount of people asking how I'm making the pleats on my Vanellope skirt, I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk you through how I made them. So before I start, this is not a tutorial of how to make the entire skirt. This is just how to make the pleats. This is the base of my skirt, and it's crazy, ridiculous pleating, but it's actually really simple, but it's a little time consuming. So I'm just going to walk you through it step by step by how I've been doing it. So first you're going to need decorbond, which is kind of the magic behind this entire project, because without it you won't be able to keep the pleats in. But yeah, decorbond, it's single-sided iron-on, so one side is sticky and one side is not, and you just iron it on to whatever fabric you're using. So this tutorial requires knowing what a circle skirt is. I am not going over a circle skirt, so please go online, figure out how to make a circle skirt, because you need to know the exact dimensions of your waist, and you need to know the exact length of the skirt you're making, because the pleats are proportional. So it's really important that you make a mock-up out of newspaper, and I mean newspaper, not like muslin, newspaper, so you know all of these dimensions. This is a quarter of a circle skirt, so if you put this up on an edge, it'll make a nice full half circle skirt. So you can either make your newspaper cutout of a quarter like I did, or you can do a half one. Either one is fine, but just make sure that you know the exact measurement of your waist and you have the exact length that you need, because like I said, it's all proportional. So making all the pleats even can be done with math, but math sucks and takes way too long for me personally. So I'm going to do this the super easy kindergarten way and simply fold it in half. Ta-da! And now you're going to fold it in half again. Yay, this is awesome! And now you're going to continue folding this in half until this side is the length of the pleat that you want. So after all that folding, I've come out to something like this, and these pleats are about a little over an inch. So this is literally what you're basing everything off of. So why don't you go ahead and unfold it, and look, you have magical pleats. But wait, they're not going the direction that you want. They're kind of all over the place right now. So before you can really make the pleats into nice accordion style pleats, you want to just measure them to make sure they're roughly about the same distance, because when you fold something over, things tend to be slightly bigger or smaller when you get down to like really tiny areas, and you want to do the same with the top. So once you're done measuring those out, I like to mark all of the edges. You kind of can't see them. So you can kind of see where I have the blue marked on there, and I'm also going to do them on the inside ones as well. This is because you're going to actually draw the lines all the way to each other, so you can see them a lot easier later on. So go ahead and mark all of those lines and make life easier for you in the long run. So yay, this is a different newspaper because this is the one I actually worked with. But see, I have all those lines all over the place, and what you're going to do is you're going to start folding them how it should be pleated in the accordion style folds. So mine's already folded because I've been using it, so it's a lot easier. But you want to mark it on yours because you have some pleats that are going the opposite direction. You just want to make sure that they go all nice and straight. So you just pleat, 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 and fold and fold and fold. But it should all be nice and folded just like this, just like a fan. And this is essentially your pattern for the rest of the skirt. So now that you have your template done, you should be ready to cut out your fabric. So here we go. Here is my brown in one of the half circles that I have left to do, and then we also have the decorbond, also half circle, because we're just gonna go ahead and just iron it all together. So here you can see I have the decorbond on top of my fabric, and I've just pinned it in 3 spots because I'm just gonna iron the top part here first, and then once that's settled, I'm going to actually iron it on this side, so that way I know that this side is going to be all nice and smooth, because sometimes when you iron things down, this side will be smooth but the other side will be a little wonky. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start ironing down this top part here. Ironing and shit, look at me, ironing a bunch of shit, look at it go, woo, ironing. So as you can see, I've just kind of flipped it over here, and I'm just going to work and start from the middle and go down and then out. That way I ensure that it's going to be all nice and flat and smooth. Ironing, look at me ironing some more shit, oh my god, you have to go down and out to make it all nice and smooth, because that's how you iron shit. Oh yeah, down and out, but not in and out, because that sucks and that's gross and that has nothing to do with this video, because we're ironing stuff. And there you have it, all nice and fused. So because I'm lazy and I'm not changing camera angle right now, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do next. So I have a serger. So what I'm going to do is just serge along the bottom part, because obviously I need to hem it. So I'm just going to serge along the bottom part and then just turn it over so we have a nice hem there, because you're going to obviously want to hem it before you start doing all the crazy pleating, because you'll want to kill yourself if you try to do the hem later. Alright, so now that you have your wonderfully hemmed circle skirt, we're going to flip it over and get your template and a pencil or a pen and maybe some chalk and a ruler, because you are going to put in all of those markings both at the bottom and at the bottom and at the top. So what you're going to do is you line that up to where it should be. It can be a little tricky sometimes depending on how flat you can get your paper. Whoop, I realize you can't even see what I'm doing. So you want to get it flat. And then I'm going to take chalk because my decorbond doesn't go all the way up to the top, so you can see like this little brown rim. And yeah, I'm just gonna take and mark where all the little sections are. So now that you have all of these little dots, you're simply going to connect them with a pencil and a ruler. Alright, now you should have something that looks like this, where you have all these lines and then you're looking at it and being like, I hate life because now I have to pleat all of these things. So on to the pleating. When I started filming this, it wasn't filming. So just to quickly go over what I just did, I took the first pleat and folded it over and simply ironed it straight down. When you're doing the folds on the decorbond side, you can, if you have nails, you can easily like smooth it out with a nail and then flatten it, and then you literally just flip it over and then you line it up to the next line that you have drawn, iron it again, flip it over, iron it again, flip it over, iron it again, and you're going to end up making these accordion style pleats. Ironing, ironing. I really hope you guys like ironing, because you'll be ironing for days or until you die. So roughly about 10 minutes later, I've come out with this beautiful accordion pleated skirt. You may notice that the pleats are very, very soft, and like these ones I just did are a little like softer looking than the others. Just hold on and wait. It's because the fabric and the decorbond is still warm. They will harden eventually. It won't take too long. You just need to cool down first. So my memory card died at the very end, but that's okay because that was everything I wanted to show you anyway in the tutorial. But I just wanted to say, if you guys have any questions, thank you, Pickles. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them below in the comments. I will try to answer them as best as I can. I'll also keep a list of the questions and answers in the description box, so make sure to check that before you ask any of your questions, just to make sure I haven't already answered it already, because that's kind of a waste of time on both of our parts. So I hope that helped. Best of luck in your pleating endeavors, and I will talk to you all later. Whoop, whoop, whoop.